I love the leaf because it's magic.
I love the leaf because it's Memphis at its finest.
I'm Brin Baucum.
I'm Dale Baucum. Welcome to Double Vision. We are from the Memphis Art Academy, and in 1972 we were both students there, and that's when we met. And we've been together for 40 years making our art together.
When I was at the Art Academy, I was a photography major. So for the first 10 years of our marriage and life outside of school, I was a photographer. I worked mainly in black and white silver prints. After 10 years, and our second child was born, 1982, Dale and I had a meeting at breakfast, lunch, or perhaps dinner one day and decided we needed to join forces in one medium or the other. We chose clay. So for the last 30 years, we have been potters together.
It has been a delight being in the studio with Brin. It's great having someone to bounce your ideas off of. And what we have discovered is each one of us has been able to teach the other things that we probably never would have discovered on our own. That's what art is all about.
At the Art Academy, my major was photography. Murray Reese was my teacher, and we worked in black and white silver prints. The ones that I did introduced my love of nature and all things natural and the beauty of light and shadow in a black and white print. This book was my senior thesis at the Art Academy.
This is a Timaku storage jar that I made in 1984. One of the interesting things about this pot is its method of throwing is called coil throwing. When you run out of clay, you add a coil on top of the piece and you continue it up. And that is a very traditional way of making pottery that's been done for thousands of years. What it does is it ensures that the piece has one upward thrust. This pot is a classic shape, and I'm still very, very pleased with it today. This large platter was one of our early collaborative works. The story about this particular platter is it is one in a very long series that stretches back 17 years. Unfortunately, it is the only one that made it. We broke them accidentally. They blew up and had all kind of mistakes. It was a learning process, and Burton Calicut, our good friend and teacher, said to us, "You'll figure it out." And we did. And the nice thing about this platter for me is Brin
got to put leaves on it. This piece is an early true collaboration. It combines my work with the pepper vine, one of my favorite plants, and Dale's love of physics.
The name of this piece is Bamboo Moon. Our yard is filled with bamboo plants, and often when we are up at 4 in the morning firing the kill, we experience moon rises and moon sets, and as you can tell, it has a profound influence on our work. This piece reminds me of the earlier days at the Art Academy when I was painting. The name of this piece is Double Vision Vase, and it is the culmination of years of Brin and I working together. And the nickname of this whole series is Two Dancing as One. The twist at the top is symbolic of two in some kind of wonderful tango dance. This shape is a magnificent traditional shape, and right now, today, this piece represents the crest of the wave of what we are doing in our studio as far as making work together.
Dixon ferns. This winter I was given permission to gather ferns right here at the Dixon for a large piece. Here it is. I was stormed on twice, but I went home to my calm studio and put it together. Thank you, Dixon.
Contemplation is the name of this piece. This piece was worked on all summer. Every morning I would sit in the garden and stare at the fence around the kill, and what I would see is an array of these plants. It's forsythia, ferns, and everything else you can imagine. And I was contemplating where we were going to go from this point on. And it was very much a happy time for me and an introspective time, because I've realized that in our work we have arrived at where we wanted to be, and it's very exciting to see what comes next.